entertain myself. Welcome in, Jewel. And Kayla is in here, and Melissa W. Lodars is in here, and Lola's in here, and Letty's in here. Kat's in here. Welcome in, you guys. And welcoming all of our friends on the old YouTubies as well. I am Charity, aka Nice Comps. Yes, I have green hair. You are not just seeing a filter. And it's not just for Halloween, folks. It's just like this all the time because I got a spicy brain. So what am I doing today? Why is this girl on your screen? I am going to do an unboxing of the garage sales I went to today. And I got a fun game for us tonight called Name That Garage Sailor. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. Emmy Creative, welcome in. Marie, happy to see you. 1976 in the house. Beth, hello. Oh, story time. I had some doozies today. Bailey, happy to see you. Happy Saturday, you guys. Joyce is here. How are we on this evening? Are we like totally awesome, ridiculously rad? Are we like kind of medium? Are we like, it was a really bad day and I need to be cheered up? Or do you just not want to say anything at all? And that's totally your prerogative. So, okay, let's go over some stats. You guys, if you have any questions while I'm doing this about reselling or you don't understand something I've said, please just ask. We are all here to learn from each other. I really actually believe we are better together in this business because there ain't no school for reselling. You got to just show up to go up and you got to learn from other people. That's how I have learned from amazing resellers out there like Bearded Thrifter and K-Way and Wild and Almost Free and Kelsey at Mellow State. I've been learning female brands from Spencer. I mean, we are like learning and earning, right? So let's all help each other out. If you're watching this on the replay and you're on the Tubies, it's Ubies, also feel free to ask any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, and I will get back to you afterwards. Okay, in advance, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all of the goodies and the pumpkins and the ghosts and all the cool stuff that's going to happen. I'm very excited. Sweetbriar is here. Ooh. Yeah, there isn't any school. There is courses. And I always say it's okay to be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. So you just got to find the right people, right? I think there's a lot of free content out there. That's what I've always used. But hey, Fetty Wap is here. The evening does not get started until Fetty Wap shows up. For sure. Okay, Jeannie, welcome. April, yes. Cheryl, let's do this. So what did we do today? So today we went to a total of 32 garage sales. I wanted to go to more, but I literally couldn't find any more. It's definitely slowing down a little bit. I know most of you are like 32, that wasn't slow. For me, that's a slow Saturday. I try to hit at least 40 garage sales every Saturday. Really, if I can get into like the 50s or 60s is when I'm really happy because then I know what I'm coming home with is a really huge haul. That being said, some weeks you get more than others. Some weeks you get more quality items. Every week is different. Some weeks are vintage. Some weeks are shoes. Sometimes I'm getting tons of hats. So tonight's kind of a little combination of a whole bunch of different things. So we went to 32 sales. I went to 4 towns today. So I drove a lot. I drove a lot. I left home at 7:30 this morning and got back here, I think, at 1:15, somewhere right in there. So I drove my heart out today for sure. So went to 32 garage sales and spent a total of $121 in cash. I did not use Venmo or Cash App or anything today. So I had enough cash on me. And here is what we got. So I just use these little receipt books. I got these out of a free bin at a garage sale. I'm not kidding, guys. When I say I buy like 90% of my stuff from yard sales, it's true. I got these from a garage sale. I did get these, I think, from like Target like 10 years ago. But they probably are at a garage sale. I'm going to find again. Yo, what is good? April, good to see you. Good evening, Green. Hey, Coley, nice to see you. And Carrie. Okay. All right. So one more time for anyone that missed it. 32 garage sales, 4 towns, $121 spent. Now, we're going to do something kind of fun today. So, as I'm going to these sales, I'm realizing the ridiculousness of humans. Now, sometimes I go to garage sales, and most of the garage sales I go to are just like regular, normal people having a garage sale. And then every once in a while, you get real close to Halloween and you meet some interesting folks today. So I thought what I would do is do name that sailor. So SALER, like sailor, but like sailor, because garage sailor, right? Kind of sounds like seller. I don't know. It's a working title. But name that seller, or name that sailor is what I've got so far. So I've got some stuff I got from people. They're just totally regular people, and those people, we don't need to tell stories about them. But we got about 9 people to talk about this evening. So buckle up, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Jen, what is going on? Ruth is here. Happy to see you. Thanks so much for the gift, Jen. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let's do this. So we're going to start off the day with what I call the regretful sailor. All right, everyone. This is going to be the regretful sailor. So I pull up to this garage sale. Very, very well organized. Very nice. I actually wasn't even planning on going to this one. I was headed to a community sale. That's a whole story on its own. I was headed to a community sale. This was what I call tangents. You'll hear me talk about tangents a lot. Tangents are just those things outside the road, the little signs that say like yard sale, garage sale, this way, that way. Like those are the tangents. They probably didn't advertise it online or anywhere. They just decided that last night at 8 p.m. over a pizza, they're eating some Papa John's and they're like, let's have a garage sale tomorrow. So those are tangents. And sometimes those are my favorite because people haven't thought it out. Now, this was a tangent, but this was a well thought out tangent. I thought to myself, this feels a little fishy. If it looks like fish and smells like fish, it's probably fish, right? So I'm like, this is a little fishy because I didn't see this anywhere online. For it to be this organized and for me to not find it, I'm in all the Facebook groups. I do Nextdoor, Craigslist. I check them all before I leave like 3 times. Didn't see this one. So I roll up and the lady's like, oh, hi, how's it going? I'm like, oh, hey, good. And I was like, how are you today? She goes, well, I'm here. I'm like, okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. So I'm looking through the stuff. There's a bunch of jeans on a table. And so I hold up a pair of Levi's. Now, I love holding up Levi's at a sale. I'm going to tell you why. I can usually get a metric for how the sale's going to go. If they say $1 or $2, I'm like, perfect. This is going to be a great garage sale. If they say $5, I'm like, I'm going to have to do some wheeling and dealing. If they say over $5 for a pair of Levi's at a garage sale, I get it. It's a good deal, right? You're a yard sale, though. You're charging, $10 for Levi's or something. That gets a little wonky. So I hold up these jeans and I'm like, hey, I'm just wondering how much you're asking for jeans. She goes, well, they're all different prices. And I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, okay, well, how much for these ones? So I hold them up. She goes, oh, well, I mean, those are almost brand new. Guys, they were not brand new. These were absolutely not brand new Levi's. I checked the date on them. They were a 2017 pair. I know how to check a date on a pair of Levi's. I don't think she knows how, and she didn't know I knew how. So these are definitely not new because they're definitely like, 7 years old. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, how much are you asking? She goes, well, I'd have to get at least 20. I'm like, wait. This pair of Levi's that I'm going to resell on eBay for $18.79, you want me to give you $20? I'm like, okay, this isn't going to go well. So I head over and I'm like, there's a story here. Something's going on. Why is this lady being like this? Something's up. So I go over and I start looking at shirts. She goes, now some of those shirts are going to be $5 and some of them are $3 and some of them are $2. And I'm like, okay. So I start looking through the shirts and I hold up. First I held up a brand I don't even know. It was like Colby button-ups or something. It was a little Western button-up shirt, probably a $16 shirt online, somewhere in there. This is not a name brand thing or anything. I held it up. She says, oh, that one's $7. I'm like, okay, wait a second. You said 5, 3, and 2, but that one's $7. So she says, yeah, she's like, well, I had a garage sale last weekend with my friend. I'm like, oh, here we go. Okay. I had a garage sale at my friend's house last weekend, and everyone just came and took all of the good stuff, and they just snagged it up, and they bought it all. And now I don't really have anything for my garage sale that's good. I mean, I've got some Wrangler shirts, and I've got some this, but they took all the Ariats. They took all of it. She starts naming off all these brands. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, do you mean they like took them? She says, no, they bought them. They just came in because I was like $5. So they just came in and bought them all. That's called a garage sale. So I'm like, oh man, this lady is the regretful sailor. She regrets that she sold these items. She regrets that she sold them at her friend's garage sale. And she regrets that she apparently did not ask more for them. I am going to guarantee you in this moment standing here that 98% of that stuff that lady trucked out in her yard for this overly organized garage sale is now back in her garage because ain't nobody spending $25, $30, $50 on boots. It is not going to happen. It is a garage sale. It's not a store. All right. I did manage to get 2 things there. And I had to wheel and deal for this, right? And they're not even like crazy items. So the first thing I got is a redhead button up. These do okay for me. They're never like huge, crazy money makers, but I got it because it's a good size. So this is a 4XL, and you guys know, give me clothes that are like larger, big, baggy, and loose. I'm going to sell them all day for 2 reasons. 1, for people that are this size that need them. And 2, for all of the kids that think Nirvana is a brand and not a band that are now wearing Junko jeans and big baggy stuff. They will get this and put it over their items because it'll look like that Kurt Cobain-esque, time frame. So, yes. So, hey, Lish, it's good to see you. I missed you. Okay, so we got this. I paid $2 for this. Normally I'd pay $1, but the lady wanted 5, so I got her down to $2. And then the second one, the other one that she wanted $7 for, I said no. She tried to get me to buy a bunch of Wrangler shirts for $5. I'm like, nope. So the next one I got is something, this one just always sells for me. This usually sells for me over on Depop, and it's Dickies. You guys know I've bought this. You've seen me buy this brand like 100 million times. It is a pearl snap. So that's an easy flip, easy sell. I wish it was a little bit of a larger size. It's a medium, but this will totally fit that like indie and skater aesthetic, as well as, of course, Western, workwear, music, concert, emo, scenester, any of that kind of stuff. 90s nostalgia, Y2K nostalgia, and I paid $1 for this. So, I managed to leave with a good deal, but that is definitely the woman. We are coining that garage sailor the regretful sailor. So that's our first person of the evening. Did you school her? I tried to be as nice and polite as I could, but by the end of it, as she's talking to me and telling me about this horrible garage sale she had, where she sold all of her stuff at her friend's garage sale, that lady didn't give her friend any money. I just kind of go blank, and I'm thinking about, I got to do a TikTok tonight. I need to remember to water the plants when I get home. I got to put food in the Aero garden. I just check out. Let her do her thing. Here's, $3 and I'm out of here. Good on you. I had left after the Levi's. Yeah. I do too, but it's for the same reason that I will go back and counter back and forth with someone on an offer. If they lowball me, I'll go back and forth until they basically almost pay me full price. Because if I'm going to go there and I'm going to deal with that lady, I'm going to get 2 shirts that I can sell for $17 or $18 or $20 online, so that I can feel like I got something out of that encounter. Because that right there, I should have gotten paid by her to listen to her complain about selling stuff at a garage sale. Yes, tangents are why I'm late to work. Coley, I hear that. I can't stop myself when I see a tangent. We drive by it. We go, comps. It's like a family thing we do. Oh, God, what is up? I know. Why sell things if you don't want to get rid of it? The regretful sailor, someone that was emotionally attached to the price that she had in mind, that she thought that she should get. So, all right. Let's do, next I got one. I got a good one, guys. We're going to do the bad mather. Now, while I'm doing this, if you guys have ever ran into any of these people, comment below, because I think it'll be fun to see how many of us have ran into these situations. So has anyone ever ran into the regretful sailor before? I am curious. So the last lady, upset that she sold stuff, is happy to have made the money, but angry she didn't make more. those were name brand things. She told me I spent a lot of money on those. I'm curious. Anybody out there running the regretfuls? Okay, next sale. So I go to this sale and there's all these clothes out in the yard on tarps. And I go over and I got like kind of interesting smell to some of the piles. Some of those ones I'll just veer away from because like I'm not trying to go to a rag house and like search through the bales of like critters and things for stuff. I'll get down and dirty, man. I'm into things. I am looking through. The hunt's on. I love it. But at the same time, there's a line where I'm like, So a couple of piles I kind of avoid. And then I'm walking around the corner and I see shoes. And I'm like, oh, that's what I'm here for. That's shoes. I know what those are. So I start walking over the shoes and I realize this is a 2-part sale. So we've got like probably a neighbor that decided to do a garage sale together. So I'll tell you about the other lady in a second because she was interesting. This lady was super nice for the shoes. So I see these shoes and I walk up and I look and I have sold these exact shoes before, almost exactly these shoes. So these are Nikes. Let's see, what year are these? And they're in crazy good condition. We got to put old eyes on. You guys know I got to put old eyes on for this. So these are a, drum roll, please. These are 2014. So to find a pair of 2014s in this condition is insane, right? I mean, that does not happen. These are probably, I haven't comped them, so let's do that together. And they're a 12 and a half too. So to find a pair of shoes at a 12 and a half this big, a lot of the times when I get up above 11 and 12, they are like beat because people that wear that size don't buy tons of shoes because it's harder to find their shoes. So they will just beat them. How do I know this? Because my son wears a size 14. So I'm very familiar with what shoes look like, and especially 10-year-old shoes. So let's see. Let's pop on our lanyard here. We can't leave home without it. Being at that concert the other night without this lanyard was like the worst thing ever. I know that seems so silly, but let's take a look here. I want to say that I got like $80 for these last time or something like that. But it also depends on what the size was. So let's take a look. So I'm doing what I call quick comping with you guys. I'm not going in. I'm not looking at sell-through rates. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just looking at like the average, what it looks like someone sells a pair of these for. Let's see. Those are 160, but that's with box, so that doesn't really pertain to us. I'm thinking probably, gosh, I mean, there's a pair for $350 on $450, $350. Whoa, these are all over the place. Wow, really? No, are those the right shoe? No, okay, that's not the right shoe. There it is. I'm like, no, those are not. Okay, those are not. I was like, those are not the Kobe's. Okay, so these are probably going to be about $100. I would say probably between like 85 to 100, somewhere in there. And I wasn't sure what they were going to be at the sale, but like I said, I sold these before. I thought I sold them for somewhere right in there, so I thought that's what it was going to be. Then I saw these, and of course, these caught my attention. White cowboy boots. They're not a crazy, insane brand. They're Acme's, which is fine. They're all leather. They're in really good condition. Oh, there was a price tag in it. That's funny because this is not what I paid. Let's get it. Let's get the price tag out. What does it say? I think it says $10. Yeah, that's not what I paid. Okay. So these are sitting there, and follow me on this. So this garage sale is called The Bad Mather. So I say to her, hey, I'm interested in these shoes. How much are you asking for them? And she says, well, have you looked them up online? And I go, no, I haven't actually, because I really actually hadn't. I was like, no, I haven't. She goes, well, Google it. You got to Google them right now. And I go, yeah, I don't know. I was like, it's fine. I don't need to Google. I'm just wondering how much you're asking for it. She goes, no, look them up. Look them up. Look them up right now. Those are really expensive shoes. And I go, okay, no, I believe you. I can see they're in really good condition. They're very lightly worn. They just need a little wipe down. So how much are you asking? She goes, well, if you looked them up online, you know how much they're worth. And I go, okay. I'm not going to look them up online. I'm just out of curiosity. I acted like I was going to set them down because I'm like, I don't know what's happening here, but whatever this weird conversation is, I ain't interested. So she goes, well, I'd have to get $20 for them. And I go, okay. I mean, already in my mind, I'm like, well, I'll pay $20 for these because they're, insanely good condition. And so I said, okay. I said, well, how much are you asking for these? She goes, well, those are $6. So I go, oh, okay. I said, all right. Okay. She goes, so it'll be 21 total. Wait, okay. We're gonna back this up. We're gonna back it up. How much are these? I have to get $20. How much are these? Those are $6. So that'll be 21. I go, okay. So I just unzipped my fanny pack and I gave her $21 because I just somehow got $5 off, and the bad math helped me on that one. Now, the bad math can go the other way too. Someone can say, oh, that's 20, that's 12, so 37. And you're like, that's 32, but I appreciate the hustle. This one went in my favor. So, okay. I don't know what these are worth either. I mean, like I said, I don't think these are like a crazy brand unless it's a brand I don't know about. Let's see. Acme, I think that says they are. Acme boots. Does anyone know about Acme boots? They're vintage Acmes. All right. Oh, is it ostrich? How do I keep running into this ostrich stuff? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that those were ostrich. Okay. Well, these are really expensive boots. So that's very exciting. Okay. So I'm glad I paid -$5 for them. That's the bad mather. All right. Now, the bad mather, these both need to be washed up a little bit. The bad mather came along with the, I wrote these down so I wouldn't forget them. Oh, the buy my stuff, please, lady. This is the buy my stuff, please. Yeah, ostrich is nice. I know, it's so weird when that happens. This is some creative accounting. I know, Licious is like crunching the numbers over there. She's like, wait a second, that can't be right. I know, that did work in my favor. Guys, when you're at garage sales, you got to check and double check people's math, because I am telling you, they will tell you something is 5, 4, and then they'll tell you it's 12 together. And you're like, that's $9. So watch that math, because it does happen. So I strike the deal with the lady with the shoes, and her friend comes over, and her friend literally hands me this bag, like in my person. So I'm standing here with the shoes, right? Hands me this bag and goes, go over to the clothes and fill up the bag as much as you can get it. Stuff it full. Get as many clothes as you can get in there, and I'll give it all to you for $5, right? She sees someone that's here at a garage sale spending $21. Let's do 26. Spending $21, and so she's gonna give me this bag, and she wants me to fill this bag up. So I'm like, now this is the place with the piles that were questionable. Now I noticed though, over in the back section, and this is why it's important to look all around a sale if you can. There's a big box, and I see like a few men's clothing items sticking out of it. So then I'm interested, because the rest of it honestly was a lot of like, I always call it like either fast fashion or like low rent clothes. Like it's like Target brands or Wally's or something. It's not something that's going to resell well. They're just like, unfortunately, kind of throwaway clothes, which I hate that that's even happening now. Fast fashion, that's talk for another time. So I go over and I'm looking and there's no way I'm going to get $5 worth of stuff, but I did find a few things. So I told the lady, I said, well, I found a couple things, but I can't stuff this bag and I ain't paying $5 for this. So I was in a spicy mood today, especially after that first lady. She just kind of set me on this train of like, I'm taking care of business today. Ain't nobody getting past me today. So I did find a couple things, and these are not huge, crazy sellers, but these are things I put in my Depop store, which this is actually a pretty cool shirt, but these are things I put in my Depop store so that someone will buy a more expensive item. They don't want to pay for shipping, so they'll buy another item, but it still comes out in my favor because I'm paying, a quarter for something. So even if I sell this for $10 and they get free shipping, I'm still making like $4 or $5 off just throwing this up in my store. So this is a little Chevy shirt. It's a chemistry. It's definitely not like a huge crazy money one, But this is the kind of stuff, if you're wondering what sells on Depop, excuse me, this is what sells on Depop. Sorry, my voice is still a little scratchy from screaming emo songs the other night. Okay, so, and that one smells clean. So like I said, I didn't avoid the piles and just went for the box. Probably this is like her kid's box. She probably was like, throw stuff in a box you want to put out for the garage sale. The other stuff, a lot of times it'll get that smell because what happens is people put it out in a garage sale one weekend and then they bag it all up in plastic bags and they don't put any breathe holes in it and it gets that. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That garage, that like sweet and sour, like, smell. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever been to a thrift store that's not ran by like, a major company or something like that, you can get that scent, that smell. Musty, Teresa, musty. Denise, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? My dislike of fast fashion is what got me interested in reselling. Coley, that's funny. It's a little bit of me too. Because I won't buy stuff at stores anymore. I can't do it. Like, I will if it's something I really, really want and it's a quality item, but otherwise I just don't. I mean, my Victoria's Secrets pajama pants, they're called boyfriend pants. I bought them in 2003 at Victoria's Secrets and I still wear them all the time. They are literally like falling apart, but I will wear them until they just fall completely off of my body. I finally threw away the red pair because the hole in the leg was way too big. So Goodwill bins, I would imagine, Bailey, that it's like that too. Yeah, literally. Okay. So next thing I got here, I'm assuming this is an artist. I do not know who this is, but whenever I see like artist shirts, band shirts, anything like that, I generally pick them up because you never know. It's either a $10 shirt or it's a $300 shirt. And a lot of times I just don't know because I don't know who the artist is. So I think this says O-Z-U-N-A, I think. Anyways, I'm guessing by the feel of this, this is probably more like a $10 shirt. Yeah, listen, hear the high pitch. So, I mean, it's new for sure. It's missing its tag. It's probably a $10 shirt. All right, next one is a band I am not familiar with, but it is an amazing shirt, and this will 1000% sell on Depop. So this is Threadripper Heavy Metal Tour 2018 2nd Gen Ryzen. This is a sick shirt. So let's go ahead and comp this here. Now, it's definitely not old. It's 2018. So it depends on how many of these they put out. Let us find out. Again, we're just doing quick comps, guys. I'm not trying to find out exactly how much things are. Looks like about 25 bucks. So not bad for easy little t-shirt pickup. And each of these t-shirts cost me 25 cents. So actually, you know what? That's not true. Like 33 cents, because I think I gave her $1 for all of these. So they're about 33 cents a piece for those three. And the bag that she tried to get me to fill. Here, take that. Take that. Do you want to fill that? $5 bag. So we had the bad mather, and then we had the buy my stuff, please. Okay, next one. Next person we have is, I'm going to coin them as the I watch the t-shirt bros do this online. I know what you're trying to do. You're not getting a crazy deal from me. So I go to this garage sale and I roll up. This is actually close to my house. And I see a kid that's probably 17. I see his sister that's probably 21 and his sister that's like 25 that's got like the kids. The three are putting on a garage sale. And you can tell from the pieces that were there that they had a lot of really good stuff early in the day, like a lot of name brand stuff, because they still had some name brand stuff, but it was like Nikes with a tear, or, they had Columbia jackets, but like the top of the zipper was messed up on one of them. What else was there? A pair of Vans, but they were like a size 4 youth. So it's like, okay, these people buy name brand stuff, but this is kind of what's left over. However, your girl will always dig. So I find this bag over in the corner here, And it's some sort of Nike bag, which I will obviously be selling that separately. But inside of it is a pair of cleats. Now, I do pretty well with these. Whenever I find Nike cleats, they usually do pretty good for me. I don't think I've ever sold a pair of cleats for under like 40 bucks for Nike. So I stopped buying, I used to buy Adidas ones. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop buying them. Don't get them. Leave them behind, right? For the same reason, we need to be careful for Orvis, New Pendleton, because that's selling at Costco. So all these things that are like, you just got to look at the market. And when companies start selling in places, you can get it just locally at the whatever Costco. If you can buy a lasagna and a puffer jacket in the same place, you got to question the puffer jacket, right? So anyways, I've always done really good with the Nike stuff though. So these are a pair of, let's get on old eyes. These are what year are these? Oh no, these are Adidas. I thought these were Nike. Well, there's that. These are old though. That's so funny. I'm like, don't buy Adidas. These are Adidas. What year are these though? These feel like older. Okay, so these are 2019. I swear I've sold these before. I thought that Nike made Predator. All right, let's take a look here. So I wound up paying, what did I pay for these? Okay, I remember. I'll tell you the story here. All right, let's take a look here and make sure that I didn't make a mistake. I could have sworn these were Nikes. So I sold a pair that looked just like these that were Nikes. This is what happens at the last garage sale of the day. Oh no, these are good. Okay, these are good. So it looks like these are going to be about 65 bucks. So, all right, not bad. Not bad. Yeah. They're the Predator Legacy Green. I see a lot for like 191 bucks, but that's not right. So these are probably like $65 to $75, and they're a really good size. So, okay, exception. Don't get Adidas unless it's these ones, or you comp them first. And Adidas shoes, don't buy Adidas shoes unless they're older. So if you're getting older Adidas, like usually where I stop buying Adidas is about 2014. So 2015 is pushing it. That's that like little sweet spot post Y2K before they started selling them at like, Wally World or somewhere like that. And then with cleats, I usually only buy Nikes. I am glad I picked these up though. And now I got to figure out what Nike it was that looked like these. So this is probably Adidas like ripping off Nike esque look. So I asked the guy how much you want to pay for these, and this is why this is the I know the t-shirt bros guy. So he looks at me, and I just know he knows what I'm doing, right? I am in my 40s-year-old woman. Why am I getting these? I got no backstory. I'm not asking him any questions. And he just kind of looks at me and he goes, well, I was asking 20 bucks for those. And I go, huh. And I just kind of stood there and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. And then I sat him down. And then he goes, okay. He's like, well, what about 12? And I look at him and I go, tell you what, I'll buy these for 10 bucks and you can have your bag back. Now, he don't want this bag back, right? He looks at it. He looks at me. He looks at it. He looks at me. He's like, okay, fine, $10. This is the end of my day. And I was like, bro, I will give you $10 for these. And that's what you're getting. I got to go home and scrub a dub. So I wound up getting those. And then I wound up getting, and I think my brain thought they were Nike because the bag's Nike. And then there's also little shin guards, Nike shin guard things in here. I don't even know what these are for. Something in soccer, I'm assuming. And these are a 2021. So I'll be able to sell these separate. I don't even know what these go for. I have no idea. And then I'll be able to sell this bag separate. And I don't know. Oh, what else? Is there more stuff in here? What else is in here? And a piece of Velcro that probably needs to get thrown away. Yeah, so not bad. 65 bucks, spent 10, sell that, sell the bag, sell the shin guards. That's so funny. I'm like, don't buy Adidas. I love some Adidas. All right. So we're going to put those aside. the other thing I got there, and this is how I knew he knew what I was doing. He says to me, I'm like looking through the clothes. He's like, yeah. He's like, we had a lot of better like name brand stuff earlier today. He's like, but people just came and like wiped it out. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem. And he's like, yeah. And I know he knew what I was doing, right? He wasn't going to say, I know you're a reseller, but he like totally knew I was a reseller. So then I see these, and there was other shoes there, but honestly, all the rest of them had like something wrong with them. I ain't coming home and fixing shoes. I ain't doing nothing. I just want to be able to give things a quick clean and put them up. I'll put a little bit more time into it if it's like over $100 product. Otherwise, it's not worth my time. So this is a pair of Vans, and I have never seen this specific style before. So I was just kind of overly interested in it. They're called Vans Pop Cushion, and they are really super comfortable looking. They are in pretty good condition. I mean, they just need like a little wipe down. This feels like a nubuck leather on the top. So not bad. And they feel like a pretty good size. Let's see, what are these? Yeah, 9.5. So not bad. I'd like them to be at 10 or 10.5. I know I could get even more from, but I would say these are probably $35, $40 pair of Vans, maybe. I'll have to check comms. I don't know on these ones because I've never seen these ones before. It was really interesting. Like the tongue of them is a little unusual. And then the inside, it says Pop Cush. And then it's got, the Vans classic thing there. And then the Vans sizing thing here. They're called Rowan Pros. Vans Rowan Pros. So, well, let's just give them a quick comp here. Shall we? I'll have to use my little deep pillar here. Let's take a look here and just see what we got. See if we get any hits on these. So let's see. Those say 23, but that's too low. There's probably something wrong with those. 71 on goat. That's of course way too high. That looks like a more reasonable. So 35, 65 is too much. So I would say probably $35 would be my guess, somewhere right in there. So how much do you offer these? He says $12. I said, I will give you $10 right now or I'm out. And he goes, okay, fine. I'm like, we don't need to be nice about this. I'm reselling and I need to be able to make like triple back or I'm walking away. It's the end of the day. It is 1:00 in the afternoon. Are you taking these back inside? Or are you going to sell me them for $10? So that's not bad. So we got what? 30 price. Let's just say 30, 35, and then 65 plus the bag, probably $120 for $20. So that is not bad, but that is definitely I watch the t-shirt bros guy. I know exactly what you're doing. Nice try, lady with the green hair. Velcro is part. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. That's part of the shin guards. Can you tell my kid never played soccer? He played indoor soccer one time. He wore a size 11 shoe in 3rd grade. And so his feet were so big, he tripped himself all the way down our indoor, because we lived in Washington. So it was like always raining out. So they had indoor soccer a lot there. He tripped his way all the way down. I'm glad he said something. I would have thrown these out. He tripped his way all the way down the field. And we decided that maybe that wasn't the sport for him. So thank you for telling me that, because I would not have known that with the shin guards. I'm assuming those resell, right? I mean, do people buy those? You sold those Vans for 45, Ruth? Okay, I'll ask a little bit more then. I like how bad you do not want to take it into the house. We need a yard sale GoPro series. I would subscribe to that. Man, I would if I could. There's rules in Texas about filming people. People are very interesting here when it comes to like privacy things. They don't mess around. So that's kind of my only hesitation. I would love to do it. I would do it, but it gets a little scripturally. I know the thought is fun. I know if I was like, where is it, Commonwealth, like in his state, you can film people, you can have them talking. Like there's no legality laws when it comes to that stuff. But here in Texas, it's totally different. It was weird up in Washington State too. So, okay, did I miss anything, guys? Did I miss any important stuff here? Thank you for the wrap around, Bailey. Thanks you guys for letting me know about the Velcro. Yeah, I would love to do that though. The thought is fun. I would love to do that. Okay, next one is going to be, we'll get the bucket here. We got a few different people in here, and then we just got some normal people in this bucket. So first person is what I call the exhausted mommer. The exhausted mommer. This is the garage sale you go to where she thought it would be so great to have a garage sale. And husband said, yeah, I'm going to help you out. We'll do the garage sale together. And then last minute, he like gets called into work or something, or one of the other kids has a meltdown. So he's inside with the one melting down. Mom's outside with the little one, and the little one is over it. It is 12 o'clock. Actually, it was 11:50. Their garage sale ended at 12. So I kind of raced to get there because you never know when people are going to end it like right on time. I love getting to the end of a garage sale too because you get deals. People are cooked. They are over it and they will just give you anything. So I walk up and I'm like, how's it going? She's got the kid on her lap. The kid's sweaty. He's upset about something because she sold one of his toys. He wants to know if it's time to go to the trunk or treat thing. She says no. And it's like this big thing. So I was like, how's it going? She's like, good. And you could just see this poor mom was just the exhausted mom. So I saw two shirts there. Now, if anything soccer related, I will pick up because I have gotten some bangers. I picked up this lot for $20 one time of these soccer jerseys, and they sold for like 85, 80, 60, 30. I spent $20 and I probably made like $350, $400 more, probably more than that because there was like 10 or 11 jerseys. I made a ton off these jerseys. So if I can get a jersey for cheap enough, I just buy it. If it's going to be pricey, I'll kind of like do a little comping if I can like sneak in. I did not get a chance to do that with these, but they were so cheap. So she says, so the first one I see is this one here. And it's a little Nike one. It says PO or plus 500. On the back, it says Oviedo 9, little Honda thing on the corner there. It is a Nike, so I know it's authentic. And you can get away with selling, other ones, right platforms, just saying. However, this one is definitely a Nike one. So I don't know what this is going to sell for, but what I got it for. So I saw this one first and I said, how much do you want for this? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, how about $1? I'm like, I'm just going to give you $1. And she's like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. And the little kid's like, Mom, like pulling on the arm. Like, why did you get it? And she's like, I told you I was bringing your box of toys out here. Stop going back to the toys. You keep pulling things out. So they were cooked. They were over it. So we got that one. And then I saw this one out of the corner of my eye. Now, it has definitely been through some times. It's another little Nike one. It's a dry fit. Fly Emiratis. This is how much I know about soccer. I got nothing. I don't even know. Q&B. On the back, it says Jara 7. Sophie says you just described my life. I love it. Yeah. Jalicious, that would be fun to do like the live thing. You guys would be like, whoa, she is serious at garage sales. It's an Arabic airline. Oh, okay. Paris. All right. See, I don't know nothing, guys. I don't know nothing about any of these. I just know that this is a Nike. It's a dry fit. And it looks like it's older to me. It does have a few spots on it, so I'll try to spot treat it. All right, here's our tag. Oh, yeah, this is a 2013. Okay, so this is a 2013. Anyone familiar with this? Is this like, is this something that's worth, is this a good thing? Is this a good one? Is this a team? I don't even know. Cooked. I don't know. I know nothing about soccer. So there's that. I barely know anything about most sports unless it's video gaming. So there's that one and this one. So I was like, how much do you want for this one? I said, it's got some spots. She goes, I don't care. And I was like, can I just give you $1 for this one and just take this one? And she goes, take it. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I got both these for $1. Shall we Google Lens this and see if we can get anything here? Does anybody know anything about these at all? Easy 30 on that. Oh, on the yellow one here? Really? All right, let's see. I like that. I like easy 30. Let's see. Okay, if we get anything on this one. I see new. Whoa, there's one with a tag for 180, but that's not mine. Wow, this must be, I'm guessing this is older as well. Do we have a date tag on this one? Oh no, it's been ripped off. Ugh, I hate when that happens. The little tag's gone. So I'm gonna have to do some research on this one. Oh, it looks like a new one. 2122. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna be. Oh no, I'm just making things up now. I'm cooked. I mean, I can see them one brand new for 104. I see one with tags for 180. But mine's not going to be any close to that. There's one for 316 on eBay, but that's got tags on it. So I mean, if it's a $30 $30 one, I'd be excited. Ruth knows what. Ruth, you got anything on this one? Any ideas? Do we have any ideas who this is? Is this someone new? This one feels newer. This one is definitely feels older. Name on the back. Try looking that up. Oh, good idea. Good idea. Thank you. See, this is me learning sports stuff, guys. It's not hasn't been my repertoire, but there's a lot of, being in Texas, there's a lot of sports stuff here. There's way more sports stuff here than there was up in Washington. So, yeah, I'm not really getting anything specific. So yeah, I'll have to do a little research on that. But wouldn't it be nice if it was like kind of a cool little payday? You don't know on the blue one, Ruth. Okay, so Ruth says maybe 30 on this one. This one we'll have to do a little bit more research. I'll keep you guys posted on that one because I'm just curious. Let's see, this one's clean and this one's gonna need a little love. So yeah, not bad for 2013. I mean, I like finding that. So that was the exhausted mother, or the exhausted mommer is what we're calling that. And then let's just do a regular one. So this was a guy who went to a garage sale. He had like 1 million Dallas Cowboys things for sale. He had tons of new with tag hats and shirts and all that. Charity, why didn't you get it? He wanted too much. I mean, he wanted like anywhere between like $25 to $40 per hat. He wanted like anywhere between $25 to $60 for the shirts. That just doesn't leave me any room. I had said, what if I buy like a bundle? He's like, oh, well, I got one other guy coming back and he's going to kind of buy a bundle. And I was like, you know what? This is not for me. I am not familiar enough with who these players are or what these years are. You show me a hat at a garage sale for $2 or $3, I'm going to pick it up. You want to sell me a hat for $20. I'm going to need to do some research and I'm going to need to know why this hat, is it actually worth that much? So yeah, he was a collector. He said that he's like, I didn't even realize how much stuff I had till I got in the closet and I started pulling out boxes and realized I had all these hats and stuff. Whoever buys this lot from him, if they can get it for good enough of a deal, they'll be able to flip it and turn it around. But they're going to have to invest probably $400, $500, $600, $700 in with this guy in order to buy a big lot. And I don't know enough about it to even remotely want to take that chance when I'm out in the wild garage sailing. And the more time I spend trying to figure out if I want to do it or making him a deal or trying to comp things, the more time that's taking away from me going to other garage sales and finding things I already know about so I can turn and burn. So asking Ransom Thrift, nice to see you. Okay, so but I did see this one and this caught my eye. Anything that you can find that has like these all over prints are crazy popular. So this is like an all over print NASCAR. It is a newer one. It's a 2023. So I'm going to guess this is probably like a $35 to $40 shirt. If I had to guess, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking, Sarah, thank you for the pumpkins. I'm thinking maybe that's about what this is. This is in brand new condition too. This has not been worn. 100% has not been worn. The guy probably just took the tags off, got home from an event, took the tags off, and then never wore it. So Stephanie, what is good? Thanks for the 20 pumpkins, Sarah. I told you guys I was going to dream a little bit bigger tonight because TikTok keeps saying, you're meeting your goals so quickly. Try dreaming, or it doesn't say dream bigger. It says, try putting in a larger goal or something like that. I'm like, I like dreaming bigger. DW, you're here. All right, so we got that. Got this for $1. And this was just a regular dude. There was nothing weird about that sale. Same sale. I saw this Tommy shirt. Now, I don't think this is obviously a newer one, but it is a 2XL, number 1. Number 2, it's brand new with tags, so you can't snooze on that. I mean, the MSRP on it is $44.50. So I asked how much he wanted for it. He said $5. I said, how about 3? And he said, sounds good. So you show me a Tommy Hilfiger shirt, you're going to give it to me for $3. I'm going to be able to flip that and turn that all day long. And then I got 2 other things from that same sale. The first one is an American Eagle polo, not something I would normally pick up, but I had a feeling this was older. Oh, did we get it? Oh, Jalicious, thank you. Oh my gosh, we're at 50%. Oh, we're doing it. Okay, so I had a feeling this was older. Now the guy was standing there, so I could not do a bunch of comps, but oh, here we go. Yeah, 2009. That's what I thought. Woohoo! That's so fun. I feel like I'm playing a video game. It's like achievement. So a little American Eagle. This is embroidered. Oh, we did it, you guys! Awesome. Thanks. It's just fun. I mean, I know it's only a penny, but it's just like, it's so much fun. Like, I don't know. I have a good time with it. It's a small, I wish this was in a bigger size, but it still will sell. This will sell to that like preppy kind of aesthetic. A lot of these I wind up selling kind of overseas because I wind up tagging like American style. It already has American in the title. And so I get down in there and I, do like USA style, American boy, that kind of thing. Because you'll get a lot of people from different countries overseas that want to kind of dress like, look like that American culture. And so I wind up selling a lot of these that way. So a little nugget there. If you guys don't do that, I would definitely do that. And then the second one I got is a little vintage polo Ralph Lauren. It's not a garage sale day if I haven't picked up a polo Ralph Lauren. This one's really unique. I've never seen this before. It's got an embroidered patch on it. It's got the number on the side. It's got a big, huge pony logo here. And then it's got a whole back to it too. So this is one of those that I'm probably going to be able to ask a pretty good amount for. I'll probably put it somewhere in the like $65 to $80 range just because it's so unique. Unless there's a whole bunch online, I just doubt it. It feels, I know it's old from the tag. Let's see if we got a date. Oh, it needs 1 stitch there. I'll put a stitch in that. I'll put a stitch in it for that price. Let's see. We're going to have, no, just a supplier. So I'm going to say this is probably, let me feel the tag. That with that logo M, I'm going to go with this is a 2012. So those M's there, how it's kind of cursive-y, those are the post Y2K-ish. The ones that have the smaller lettering are a little bit earlier in the Y2K. I could be wrong though. This could be in the 29 or 2009. It's a custom fit too. With the custom fit, could be actually Y2K. I think I could call it Y2K and be safe with it. I don't think I'm going to get any sort of like disagreement from anyone on that, but that one does need a little stitch in there. Okay, and I got these for 50 cents each. So can't snooze on that price. All right, let's go to the price skeptic sailor. Are we ready for this one? Okay. So I got before I went to bed last night, I always sit down and I look up garage sales. I look up on Craigslist, I look up on Nextdoor, I look up on all the Facebook marketplaces, things that I'm in, and I just look around and then I jot them down without divulging addresses. I jot them down here in my book so the next morning I can kind of map out where I'm going to go. Now, doesn't always work. In Washington State, everybody put their stuff up ahead of time. Here, they do not. So I got up last night. This was the only one I saw. Got up this morning and went to map other ones out, and people just hadn't posted them online yet. So I'm like, okay, so I'll just start with this one. Now, the problem was it was like a 30-minute drive. But I'm like, that's okay, because it put me going northeast. It put me kind of like below Austin, but like kind of outside in this little tiny area called Manchinka, I think it's called Manchinka. Anyways, so there was a community sale going on. I looked online. I tried to do Google Earth. I couldn't find anything. It's out in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of times like the Google, because I do this with community sales, guys, by the way, this is a tip. Look up an address on Google Earth, you can look at the neighborhood and get an idea of what kind of garage sales are going to be. Is it going to be camping and outdoors garage sale? Is it going to be name brand garage sale? Is it going to be old school Y2K garage sale? You can just kind of get a feel for it. I couldn't find anything. So I kind of was going in, BLIND, trying to figure it out. So I'm driving, listening to my podcast. I love Saturdays because for me, it's like my therapeutic time. I put on a podcast, or I put on my music, I sing my heart out, have a great time. And it's just kind of like my me time. And so I don't mind driving that far. But I get there and I realize that this is in a trailer park. However, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is not stationary trailers. It is like mobile, like people on the move, like travel trailers and like RVs. And I'm like, oh man, how much stuff are these people going to have in their travel trailer they're going to sell me? I don't think they have an overabundance of Y2K clothing in these, right? Now, I've been to these kind of sales before, and this one was no exception. It was the exact same of the other ones I've been to. It winds up being tons of camping gear and outdoor men's tool stuff, big, huge propane things. Like, it's nothing that I'm going to be interested in, but I wanted to stop at each of them and look. The first one I got to, there was a wife and a husband having an argument about where to put a blanket on a table, and I felt really awkward and uncomfortable, so I left that one. The next one I went to, the next trailer I went to was a dog lover, and I'm like, oh, dog stairs, until I got up there and it smelled like you know what, so I left that one. The next one I went to was like everything was still in buckets, and the guy was moving at like a snail's pace, and it looked like it was like Coleman stoves and stuff like that, like probably good stuff, but not stuff I'm interested in getting and flipping online. So I did find one thing there. So I roll up, I get there, I see like 3 pairs of pants and 2 jackets hanging up. And I look at the tags and I see jackets, $2, pants, $4. And it clearly says it above the 2 things. There, ladies and gentlemen, there is 4 pairs of pants and 2 jackets. It's not like there's a ton of clothing, right? So I find this jacket. I find this old military style coat. This one feels pretty old to me. The tag is even old. Like this is definitely old. This is an old combat camo, woodland pattern. And if I get really wild, I might be able to somehow find a date on here. I mean, the old things washed off, but it totally has that like cool, trendy, like look to it. This will 100% sell. I'll probably end up being able to get, just because of the style of this, I'll probably be able to get like, I don't know, probably $40 or something on Depop for something like this. I'll have to look and see how many others there are, but it feels like that, especially with like all the tags and keywords and stuff I can use for this one. However, I take it off the rack, I put the hanger back up, 2 jackets, 4 pairs of pants. So I walk up to the guy and I was like, hey, he was kind of busy trying to blow up river pool thing, or what do they call it? Inner tube. He's blowing up an inner tube. So I'm waiting and waiting for him to be done with it. And I was like, sir, excuse me. And he's like, huh? And I was like, hi. I was like, I owe you $2. And he's like, what do you got there? And I'm like, oh boy. So I go, oh, I just have this little jacket here. I said, I owe you $2. He goes, $2. And he's like, oh. And he goes over and he's like, I don't think I put that for $2. And he looks and he's like this, and he's staring and look at it. And he sees 4 pairs of pants and 1 jacket hanging up. And he goes, huh? Now his pants are $4. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, $2 on that jacket. Well, if that's what I put, I guess that's what I'm taking. I'm like, I was like, okay, here you go. Thanks. This is why they pay us the big bucks. Because nobody want to go out at 7 o'clock in the morning in the middle of nowhere at a place you can't even get cell phone reception to dig through tubs of Coleman stoves and propanes and listen to husbands and wives have arguments so you can get a $2 jacket from the guy that's going to be the price negotiator on the price he already had. So this guy is the price skeptic sailor. Did not believe me that he had wrote $2 down. The guy had just wrote it down too. It's like 7:50 in the morning. When did you write this down? At 5 o'clock or something? Like, good gravy. Holy camole. Ayo, Southern, but such good entertainment. Hey, all day today, I was like, I can't wait to tell you guys about today because it was so bonkers. So nice little pickup, $2. What's that John Cusack movie? I want my $2. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? All right, and that is clean. Okay, next one we've got here. This was kind of just a regular little garage sale. I wanted to get two things there. So the first thing I got was this. So I got this little guy, and he's supposed to talk like when you move your mouth. Oh, it does a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. So I got this. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sell this because I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this around my house. But Charity's got her Halloween costume, honey. Justin, I got my costume. What do we think? We like it? So I saw this, and then he wanted $2 for that. And I was like, oh, I'll give you $2 for it. But then I saw this t-shirt, and it's a little Stranger Things, Hellfire Club. It's a 3X, which you know me, if it's a big size, I'm gonna get it. These probably aren't like outrageously expensive or anything, I would imagine. But being that it's in this size, it's really hard to find stuff this, with the 3X. So I think this is fire. I think it's rad. Stranger Things is easily one of my favorite shows that's ever come out. And it's in pretty good shape. I mean, the graphics look like they're cracked, but they're not actually cracked. It's supposed to look like that. And it's got, the die over here for playing D&D and stuff. So this is probably like a 2021 or something like that, 2020. Whenever this episode came out, the skull looks great with my hair. As a Goonies lover, ST is gold. As a Goonies lover, that's the feature over here on this wall. I would turn you if I could. It's my gigantic, huge monster Goonies poster because, by the way, Goonies is my actual favorite movie of all time. You think it's Star Wars, but you're missing the movie wall over here. Goonies is my favorite, absolute hands down. So I said to him, tell you what, I'll give you $2 for this if you'll throw the t-shirt in for free. So he said yes. So I don't know if I'm going to sell that because that's just kind of fun. I haven't decided. I mean, you guys know me. I pretty much just sell everything. But so we're going to put that. That smells clean. All right. Next person. Let's see. Which one was this one? Oh, the overpricer. Let's talk about the overpricer, shall we? Little sip of coffee. I just got lost on that site. Very cool. Thanks for the tip. Yes. Okay. The overpricer. How many people have ever been to a garage sale where the people think that they have treasure and it's literally not? And their prices are so bananas. I went to 2 today. We're going to start with the first one. The second one is even more ridiculous. So the first one I went to, it was a garage sale out in the middle of nowhere. It was a tangent. It was on my way home from that out in the middle of nowhere place. And I happened to see one on the side of the road. There actually wound up being 2. The other one didn't have anything. There's a trumpet there that was kind of interesting. And I was like, man, it might be worth some money. And then I was like, Charity, do not buy a trumpet that you don't know anything about. It could have been a good move or could have been a bad move, but it was not the move for me to make today. So I'm looking through this garage sale and I walk up and the first thing I see is like a pair of I don't know, some sort of fast fashion brand shoe with a sticker on it that says $25. I'm like, I can get these brand new on the Smile Amazon store for, $20 or something probably. So I'm like, all right, well, I already know how this is going to go, but I am in the middle of nowhere and I'm going to make this garage sale worth it. So I'm going to find one thing. So I go over to the jeans and I'm looking through and it's just a bunch of kind of lower end stuff. So nothing I really wanted. But then I did come across, I actually came across 2 pairs of Levi's. One of them had the belt loop was completely destroyed. I'm like, I am not sewing a pair of 2021 Levi's button flies. Button flies are great. If they had been vintage, I would have brought those suckers home, put a back patch on it and made it work. But it's not worth it for, $16 or $17 or whatever they would be. So I found these though. These are a little pair of signature Levi's. Now these are not going to be huge money makers. We got a silk tag, so they're definitely new. These feel like probably like a 2019 or 2020. Let's take a look here. Let's see, what are these? Yep, 2019. So these are 2019. So they're nothing like huge, crazy, but they are a bigger size, which is really nice. Let's see, what were these originally? So these originally were a 42-30. They shrink, they've probably shrunk. They're not really vertical. They've got the weave and weft. So they got the nice whiskering up on the top, which is always good. They're probably more like a 39, 30.5, I would say now. So optimally not the greatest size, but they're bigger, they're baggy, they're loose, and I know that they'll sell. Anyways, but I won't pay more than like $2 for a pair of these at a garage sale. I get it. For those of you that go to Goodwill, you're like, that's crazy. I pay $7 for those. And I get that, but I try to make my margins higher. It's just, that's how I run the biz. So I asked her, how much do you want for your jeans? She's like, well, what pair? I'm like, oh boy. So usually what I'll try to do, these are all the tactics, is I will hold them up, but I am not going to hold them up and be like, how much do you want for your Levi's? Because the second you say that name, the second they think, ching, money, right? So I just say, how much are you asking for jeans? She said, they're all different prices. I said, how much for these ones? She goes, I don't know, $2. I'm like, perfect. So $2. So I put these down and I'm ready to just walk out and leave because I can already tell the rest of the stuff's just going to be overpriced. And it wasn't things that should be overpriced. It was also the garage sale where there's like 98 bottles of Pert Plus and like 40, Airwick diffusers. And so, this lady's trying to make a business of it. And I get it. And I respect the hustle, but that's not what I'm there for, right? That's for somebody else to buy. And so I'm walking out and I see a Vera Bradley purse. Now, we've talked about Vera Bradley before. I don't always pick it up. If it's a retired print, I'll pick it up because I can usually flip it pretty easily. Or if it's in really good condition and I can get it for super cheap. And I mean like $1. Otherwise, they just don't sell for enough and they don't sell fast enough to make it worth it. I mean, I just sold one yesterday when we shipped yesterday, but that thing had been in my closet for like probably 2.5, 3 months. And it had been like discounted. So it's got to be bottom biscuit, basic, and expensive, right? So I see this Vera Bradley. It's definitely a newer one. It is not an older one. I can tell by the print. I can tell by the latch. I just know because I've sold enough of these now. So I pick it up and I'm like, how much are you asking on the purse? Now, I know what this purse is worth. I know this because I have sold these purses or purses just like it. I know exactly what purse this is. This is a $30 purse, 35 maximum dollar purse. I say to her, how much are you asking on the purse? She goes, I need to get 40 for that. Excuse me? So wait, you want to get $40 for a purse that has crusties on the outside that I'm going to have to bring home and I'm going to have to do scrub dub dub, rub a dub dub, and the tub 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 for that. You want me to pay you more than what I'm going to actually get it for on eBay. That makes sense. Okay. So I didn't say anything like that. This is what I do when they say that. I pick it up and I'm like, how much are you asking for this? They say, I need to get 40. I'm like, okay. And I set it down. And I am hoping in some nice little cosmic universe that by me maybe saying it like that, they're like, that might be a little high. So it's a little crazy to be asking that much. So I got my $2 jeans and I left. And this woman is going to haul all that stuff back in her garage. She's going to set it up next weekend. And she's going to do it again. And then she's going to set it up next weekend. And she's going to do it again. And she's going to set it up next weekend. And she's going to do it again. And it's like the amount of time. This is what doesn't make sense to me. This is the broken part that I don't understand. The amount of time it takes to set up a garage sale. Who in here has ever had a garage sale? Raise your hand, give a heart, give a like, give us something. Who in here has ever held a garage sale ever in their life? Y'all know how much time it takes to set up a garage sale. You got to find the stuff. You got to dig it out. You got to do makeshift tables to get stuff up. You got to hang stuff on your garage door and have it fall down 14 times in a row. You got to try to figure out how to get stickers to stick to the stuff when it's dewy out in the morning and a Post-it note won't stick to it. You got to deal with the hagglers. You got to deal with the resellers. You got to deal with the people, the little kids that come in and destroy the place, and you got to reset up the jeans 14 or 15 times. There's so much work to a garage sale. You got to get cash in the morning for the garage sale. You got to get outside. You got to sit outside and get cooked all day long to hang out at this garage sale. Here's what I don't understand. If you mathematically think about the number of hours you are spending doing this week after week after week after week, asking these astronomical prices, you could easily sell all of it at a super discount, take a smaller amount, and then not have to do it again. And next week can hang out with your kids or go get more stuff and sell it, or go to the water park or go to the pumpkin patch, sleep in, play Black Ops, which is what I'm going to be doing because the new game just came out. You know, your girl's excited. I don't understand. It's broken. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Someone help me make sense of it. It does not make sense. You got to deal with the general snap. You and me. You got to deal with the public. I don't want to deal with the public. The public makes me feel sweaty and nervous and anxious. I look like an extrovert, and I am here. I tell people this all the time when they meet me. I'm the most introverted extrovert ever. You get me in a group, in a room full of a bunch of people, I'm getting sweaty, I'm getting nervous, I'm getting bumbly, and I'm going to need 3 adult beverages to make it through the situation. Right? Okay. Anyway, that's my tangent on that. I don't understand the brokenness of that. It does not make sense to me. So that was that. Now, next sale. That is, which one was that? Oh, this one. Okay. So this one here is the excuse me, you want how much sale. So I go to the sale. It's in the community sale. It's on the corner. Nice house. I'm like, okay, they're going to have some, decent stuff. I roll up. First thing I see is the clothing rack. And it all looks like really nice kind of brand new t-shirts. And I'm like, oh, this is exciting. But it's like 11:30. So I'm a little skeptical because at 11:30 for there to be that many t-shirts still on the rack, there is something going on. The pricing's bad. They just are in a random spot that nobody found, which is a bonus, or the shirts are busted. Something's going on. So I walk up. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. I walk up to this rack and I part the shirt. And I see that there's a little price tag hanging on it, but I'm not paying any mind to it because I just want to even see what the shirt is to see if I'm interested. I part the shirt and it's like United Methodist Church shirt. That's a nothing shirt, right? That's not reselling. That's like a shirt someone has in their closet. And when they're going to paint the living room or something, they put it on. Or their friend comes over for ladies' night. The cosmos are flowing. Everyone's hanging out. And someone needs to stay the night because no one's driving. You give your friend that shirt to wear because if she takes it home and you never see it again, you're not going to be brokenhearted. That's what this shirt is, right? So I look at the shirt and I'm like, I look at the next shirt and I'm like, oh, these are all kind of just like, something soccer club, softball. There was a running training one. These are just the shirts that people wear. They're like, these are Gildan shirts. These are not like, name brand. There's no Nike. There's no Under Armour. This shirt. I flip the tag over. You can't make this up. The tag says $50. $50. And I go, wait. So I pull back and I look again and I'm like, that has to be 50 cents. I'm just like seeing this wrong. So, brain not funchy, not worky, don't understand. So I say to the lady, I'm like, excuse me. And she's like, yes. And I'm like, hey, I was just looking at your shirts. Does this say $50? She goes, oh yeah, they're brand new. Okay. All right, Teresa. Here's the deal, Teresa. You got these shirts for free at some sort of run for rally, Methodist church, softball, soccer club thing. You got these for free when you got a ticket or you did a $3 donation and you got a shirt. Your daughter was in this sports team. Your kid was in this one. Your nephew was in that one. These shirts were free, or you bought one from him for $10 to support the cause. And now you're going to actually you want me, Teresa, you want me to give you $50 for each of these shirts. Well, I'm in the wrong business, Teresa, because it looks to me like there's about 20 shirts here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to find some of these shirts, because if people are willing to give you $50 for these, I am doing this all wrong. I need to completely rethink my entire reselling situation, because I'm apparently selling things for, a way too low of a price if you're going to get $50. Now, that being said, ain't nobody giving her $50. It was just one of those, like, this isn't real. Is this real? So I walked across the street. There's a little pond area, walked around it, or here they're like these reservoir things they have. Anyways, went to another garage sale, gave money to her neighbor, because Teresa ain't getting nothing from me. All right, so what do we get? First thing I got is a pair. Now, I don't usually pick up, wait. Justin. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. What's wrong? You don't have any guts? No bones about it.
I've never been so wrong in my
whole life. Sorry, I had to do that. I was waiting for him to come out. Okay, so I don't pick up Wranglers very often. I've talked about Wranglers. It's not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just really hard to date stamp them. And there's so many for sale. Now, if they're boot cut or if they are flared, I'll pick them up, because, that's what's popular. But a pair of white, super long, high-rise, retro mom jean style, I am definitely going to pick up, because these are a banger, and white jeans like this just sell pretty easily for me. They got a little spot back here I'm going to have to try to get out. I think they just ended up falling on the ground or something there. So we'll wash these up. Probably $20 pants, I would say, something like that. White jeans, I seem to be able to get a good amount for. So, of course. Yep, I couldn't believe we hadn't gotten a restriction yet. We had to get at least one. Okay, so those I'm gonna have to little spot clean. Got those for I think I paid $2 for those. And then the next pair I got is a pair of Levi's. Now, I won't normally get just regular Levi's women's jeans. However, these are obviously Y2K. So I am definitely not going to snooze on that. It's got that really interesting, it's like a stonewash pattern that they had for a small period of time in Y2K. Levi's came out like this, and it's this weird, like, cross hatch stitch. If Riz is here, she probably knows what the name of that weave is. And these are definitely older. You can tell by that tag. So let's take a look here. I'm going to guess these have got to be like a 2006 or 7. Let's see. 2005, baby. 2005. So definitely Y2K. Mom jeans. These are probably, these will probably sell on Posh. These will probably be a Poshmark thing. Probably get 18 to 22 for those. Somewhere right there for those Levi's. And I paid $1 for those ones. Okay, next thing we've got here is a very large men's pair of Nike Air Max. I have sold these exact same shoes, except the ones I had like yellow down in here. They were super scuffed up in the back, the ones I had, and they still sold for like $70. So I am thinking this was a good pickup. These are a 2023, so these are like brand new modern. They look like they've been put on once. They are a size 11. That is a really big size 11. Yeah, I guess that's an 11. That looks like a big size to me. I didn't get a chance to comp these. These are so new. Look at the insides. Like, I think that these were worn just like once or twice outside. These will buff out to look like brand new. So I wound up paying $14, I think, for these. She started at $20. I told her I'd give her $12. I think she said like $16. I think we settled on $14. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like that's what it was. I could be a few dollars off. Let me take a look here and see what we got. So, like I said, the ones I sold of these had yellow. Yeah, so we got a used pair on eBay for $75. So they're brand new on Amazon, $175. So I think in this condition, I can easily get like $75 to $80 for these, especially in this size, because a men's 11, I mean, that's a great size. That's like, I would say between 10 and 11 are like my favorite men's sizes because that's the most common size. So those just need a little bit of a wash, but not bad. I want to get them here, our white pants. And then I went to a sale. It was interesting. It was in like a bunch of townhomes, and there was a few sales in there. And I saw this one online, and I almost was going to go to it, but it wound up being in between the first one I went to that I had found last night. And then when I got reception, I had found a few more because people, it's so weird how people post their garage sales and stuff here. They'll wait until like 8:30 or 9 or 9:30 to post their garage sale, even though it's been going on since like 7:30 or 8. I don't understand that, but it's okay. It's just what they do. So I almost didn't go to this one. I'm glad that I did. She had a lot of women's clothes there, but not the women's clothes you want to get because you're like, oh man, it's going to be a $50 flip or $60. It's like $30, $25 women's flips. That's not for me. Not that I want to snooze on 25 or $30, but I don't know the brands. I don't really sell women's clothes that often. So if I'm going to sell women's clothes, I want to find the bangers. I want to find the fire. I want to find the good stuff and the brands that I know. And these ones I could tell just by the feel of it weren't necessarily fast fashion, but they were like kind of on that border. But I did find a couple things there. Now, she wanted these prices for things, and I don't want to pay those things. So I did a little, let's make a deal at the end. So I got this pair of Levi's. These are 513s. These are 3632s, 50 cents. Can't snooze on that for sure. That was a good pickup. These are definitely a newer one. Yeah, so these are 2019. So these are modern, but they're in good condition. Oh no, I didn't see that. We got a mistake. I missed, guys. I missed one. I got a little mistaker there. All right. Well, we're going to have to get creative with those ones. Either I put them up as they are, put them up as like an upcycle project. I could still probably get $10 for them. I paid 50 cents. So we're good. I wondered why she had 50 cents. I wondered why she had 50 cents on that. I looked through that too. I went through the whole thing and I just honestly missed that one. Where do they post their garage sales at? You know, Sophie, it's so weird here. So there's like 4 different garage sale groups that people will post in, but they don't post in them until they've like already been happening. Number 1, nurse is here. Hey, Haley. Hey, guys. And if I missed anything, Denise, nice to see you. If I missed anything, I apologize in advance. You know, the comments go by fast. Anyhow, they post there. Sometimes I'll post in Nextdoor, sometimes Craigslist. It's just interesting. I find that more people in this area just don't post them. They just do these tangent ones where they just put up a sign. That's the culture here, I guess, maybe. It's just so different for me. Very, very different. It's not what I'm used to. All right. Next thing we got here is they wanted 2. I did not pay that. I think I wound up paying $10 for this whole thing I'm about to show you. So the pants. Next one is 2014 NBA champions, Spurs. And this thing is in really good condition. I mean, it literally still has the holographic sticker on there. Don't ever take those off, by the way. It's an Adidas one. It's 2014. It's good. It'll sell easy peasy lemon squeezy, especially with the season starting now. Next thing we've got here is Houston Astros. This is a little fitted. This is a Cooperstown collection, 7 1/8, which is about the most common size I find. 7 1/8, I would say 7 1/8 is about what I usually find. That's typical. So nice little fitted hat, just needs a little wipe off, but it's in really good condition. And then this one here, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure what this is. I'll be honest. I don't know what it is. I just know it has a Nike logo on the back. So I picked it up. It's Dry Fit Nike Heritage 86. I don't know what that stands for there. I think that's supposed to be an R and an M, maybe. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Hey, Mill, K Crafty. I'm not sure if anybody knows what that is, but it's something. So, little hat there. Then we got a pair of Levi's, and these are in really good condition. These are a nice dark wash. There's another pair of 513s, 36, 32. I mean, I'd rather be finding like 34, 36s all the time. You can't, get everything you want all the time. You can't always get what you want. Okay, and these are definitely new. What year are these? Yeah, these are 2021. So these are modern. So nice little dark wash, in good condition too. Like very, very, very lightly worn, straight leg, relaxed. 513s are just kind of like a real run-of-the-mill pair of jeans. It's nothing crazy fancy. They just sell for me. They're not like huge, they're not like orange tab or like silver tab, or they're not like some fancy, they don't have any like super defining features. But if I can find them for an inexpensive price, I always pick them up and put them in the store. All right, then the next thing we've got here is another pair of Levi's. These are corduroy ones. Corduroy ones always sell well for me. You want to make sure, though, if you guys are picking up corduroy, you're picking it up for two reasons. One, because it's Levi's. Or two, if you are going to pick up corduroy, you really want to make sure it's like a pretty high-end brand. This time last year, corduroy was even hotter. However, there is like this resurgence of the boho chic that's kind of coming back in. I think maybe because it's fall. So this is a very fall-like thing. So you'll find if you've got corduroy in your store, you're probably going to kind of start seeing it move. So my rule with corduroy is I usually only buy it if it's Levi's, or I buy it if it's like something special to it, meaning it's got like a flare boot cut, it's got button fly, it's low-waisted or super high-waisted mom style. So it's got to have a little something to it. Otherwise, it just doesn't wind up selling for a whole lot. So this is I think I got these. Like I said, I got this whole entire pack. So I got all these, the hat, all those pants, and all that for $10, which I think is a pretty good price. It's not like super, super, super crazy, insanely cheap, but I feel like she got a good deal, and I feel like I got a good deal as well. All right, next person here. Do we have any more individuals? Yes. Let's see, is this the yin and the yang? Yes, this is the yin and the yang. Okay, so how many of you guys, this is the yin and the yang garage sailor? Ralph Lauren, Bauer, LL Core, Taboo for me. Yes, I have yet to find a pair of Levi's corduroys. That's so interesting because that's mainly what I find is the Levi's corduroys. That's so funny. Yeah, and LL, like those higher end brands are great too, for sure. If you can find those in the corduroy, those are of course higher end brands, so those are going to do well too. Boo to you too. Okay, so next thing we've got is the yin and the yang seller. So how many of you guys have gone to a garage sale where there's two people running it? I think this is like two friends that got together to do one big sale. It didn't feel like a couple to me. It was two women, and one of them wanted to like give things away. The other one wanted outrageous prices. So when you go to a garage sale, you got to figure out who is the who, right? You got to figure out who to ask for the pricing and who not to ask for the pricing. Because I start on this table and I go through and I'm asking about all these Levi's, and I find the yang, and the yang is like, no, you gotta, I want $8 for those, $10 for those, $12 for those. I'm like, I'm not giving you that. So no. So I'm like, okay. So then I go to the other side of the table and I see another lady, and I see her, and she just kind of says, hi. And I was like, hey, how's it going? So I decide that I am going to start looking for stuff, and I'm just going to create a low pile, and then I'm going to wait for Yang to be busy. I'm going to go over to the Yang, and I'm going to ask how much she wants for all these items. So first thing we've got is, now this is that vintage Wrangler exception. So these are a pair of vintage Wranglers. How do I know? Because they don't have the back pocket. These ones do sell well for me. So any women's jeans that are like this, like any rodeo Western look that doesn't have that back pocket, they're very like mom jeans-esque style. And these always sell for me. They've got like the balloon cut on the sides. They usually taper down. I mean, if this had a flare, it would be even better. but these always do well for me. I usually get, I don't know, anywhere, depending on the size of them, I usually get anywhere between like 16 to 28 for them. It really just depends on the condition, the size, and the color. If they're like hot purple, hot pink, any of that, you can always ask more. Next pair here, the exact same pair of pants in brown. These ones are these are Wrangler. Wrangler came out with a line for just a really short period of time. I've only seen it maybe, I don't know, 15 times or so, and it's called Silver Lake. I don't know if it was like just one of their little things that they did, but I find it, and it always happens in these older retro no pocket back jeans. Of course, no, we're not going to turn that on. Thank you very much. Okay, so got these, and then last but not least, exact same pair as the first ones. Totally amazing, cute mom jeans, vintage, super high waist. Ooh, these are button fly. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, 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 oh. That's what we want to see. Want to see that button fly. So I'll be able to get probably closer to like, I don't know, we'll probably bank in like 36 to 40 on these because of that button fly. Vintage button fly. Get out of here. Go to bed. Amazing. So now Yang would have probably asked me for $30 for these, but Yang just wanted to get rid of stuff. So she said, how about $3? And I said, $3 it is. And I paid that woman, and I was out of there as fast as I could. I literally was like, $3. Zip, zip, fanny pack. And I was out of there because I did not want the friend or whoever it was to be like, wait, no. I was going to sell those for that, because I have had that happen to me at a garage sale. I have had people stop me. Like the husband will sell me something and the wife's like, you sold it for what? No, excuse me. Yeah, those were supposed to be $7. Oh, okay. Do you want me to bring them back and you can give me the money back, or are you cool with it? And then she just waits for the pregnant pause. And they usually say, no, I've only had, I think, one time, and I had to bring a pair of boots back. And I was like, okay, well, enjoy selling them for $40. So those are all nice and clean, little vintage knits. All right, next thing we've got here is some shoes. Now, these are Nikes. And I haven't sold these particular ones before, but I have seen the Huaraches before, and I know that these are a good cleat. They need a little bit of freshening up, but they are an Air Max, and we're going to give them a little Google lens. I paid $6, I think, for these, $6 or $7. I can't remember what we settled on, because originally they always want like 15 or 20, and then I just keep going down. All right, let's see. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't pay any more than that for these then. That's so funny. So those Adidas are worth more than these ones. That's so crazy how that happens. Yeah, so these are probably like $20. They are definitely not a well sought after one. There's a pair for $40. I'll just have to see what's, depends on the size. What size are these? Oh, these are an 11, which is really good. So even still, we'll still make our money back. Probably not huge, crazy, wickedly gigantic sellers though. All right, and then we've got, now these ones here need love, but I was interested in these. I did not comp these. They originally wanted $15 for them, which I did not pay. I think I wound up paying $9 for these. They're interesting. So we're going to Google lenses together and see, because I either made a good decision or a bad decision. And like I said, I always know, I always say I'll get risky for the biscuiter sometimes. However, I won't do it if I don't kind of think I know, because I'm not looking to just take chances. So, and if you're a new reseller, and you hear me saying, oh, I didn't comp, I didn't do this, it's just because either I've sold something like this, I know how much it's worth, I have an idea how much it's worth, or I'm getting it for such a little amount of money that I know I'll still make money. Like, yes, I spent $6 on those, but if I sell them for 20 or 30, I'm still making money, right? I'm not going into the negative for it. So I found these Nikes. They are dirty. That is mud, mud, mud. That is some Texas mud right there. I don't know. We're going to find out together. So let's see. What year are these? These are a 2018, 16? I can't tell. Let's put on old eyes. I get old eyes on. These are a 2016. So they're old enough where someone's going to want them because they didn't get them the first time around, or they had them and then they don't have them anymore and want them again. They're not new enough to where it's like, oh man, these are really beat and going to take a lot of time, and you can still get them online for an inexpensive price. So I kind of felt good about these, but we are going to find out together because I have zero idea. So I'm either going to be excited or not. You guys get all real reactions when you're doing a live with me, because most of the time I don't know what I got. All right, so these are, let's put in Nike and we'll see what we got here. So it looks like these are Nike Air Force mid 7s in mid black. So there's a pair on eBay for $120. Okay, they're kind of all over the place. So it looks like in this condition, because once this mud cleans off, these are actually in really good shape. It's just, they're just dirty. So it looks like anywhere between 80. There's a pair of really beat ones for 50, super beat ones for 55, really small ones for 40, ones for 120, a pair for 60, probably like 75, 80 bucks maybe in this condition. So what I'll do with these to make my life easy, because you know I don't want to make it hard, is I'll just get a little bucket and put a little bit of Dawn, a little bit of soap, or a little grandma sneaker cleaner in there. And I'll just sit these in there in like a really shallow little pool, because it'll just pull all that dirt off of there. Then I can just take my little spin brush, do the bottom, wipe the top with a little leather cleaner, and they'll be good to go, because the insides of these are super, super clean. They're really, really nice. They just, someone walked through mud, some kid, he don't want to clean his shoes. He tells his mom he needs new shoes, and these get thrown in the closet. So that's good. So paid, I think, I think I paid $9 for these. So if we make, that's like 6 times in profit on that pair of shoes. So that's not bad. These are going in a separate bin because those ones need some serious love. All right, we got a couple more things here, and then I got something that I have not comped yet, but I think it's going to be a banger. I think it's either going to be an awesome ending tonight or like a wah, 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 but we're going to find out together. Okay, so this sale is the sale. How many of you guys saw my video? What? I was going to comment on the button fly. Oh, you saw it before I did, Denise? Oh yeah, people love button fly. They always sell for more. The quick scoot to the car. You got it. You got it. Oh, wow. TikTok, YouTube. Oh, are they synced up? Whoa, that's like never happens. Creekside, what is good? I'm happy to see you, Richard. Hello. Okay. So did you guys see my video earlier today of me when I'm driving down the road and I'm like, I got a story to tell you today? Okay. So let's have a conversation. So I am driving down the road and I see an estate sale. I am on a back road, so I'm still in between going from that sale in the middle of nowhere that I drove all the way to, and all I got was a jacket, waste of gas money, probably. And then going back towards getting into the town, because you have to go like through like hill country and stuff. There's like hardly anything out there, but every once in a while I'll run into a garage sale. So I see this cardboard or this like pop out thing that says estate sale. And it's written like as if the hills have eyes have written it, but it's got like some fresh balloons, Mylar balloons off the top. And so I'm like, oh man, it's this long, bumpy driveway. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, okay, this goes 2 ways. I am not the biggest estate sale fan personally. It's not usually my jam and jelly, but I'm like, this is in the middle of nowhere. And the chances that other people have been to this is probably pretty low. So let's just check it out. So I get on this road. My GPS does not work where I'm at. There is no internet. There is no comping. There is no nothing. Now, whenever I leave my first sale in the morning, if I know I'm going to be going like kind of like a scripturally route, I text Justin, hey, honey, I'm out on the hunt. Just wanted to let you know, I've got my air tag with me. He could figure it out if he needed to. Like safety first, right? We always want to be safe. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I literally am stopped in the middle of the road. There's no cars. And I'm like, what does my gut say? What does the feel skis say? And I'm like, okay, we're just going to try it. Worst case scenario, I pull down the road, I get there, and I just turn around, right? I don't have to commit to getting out. So I get down this road and I'm driving and I'm driving and I'm driving down this driveway and I'm driving and I'm driving. This driveway is like half a mile long. But at this point, I have to get to the end to turn around because I don't know if you could see in that video, but it was like fence, little road, patch of grass. There was no turning around. So I had to get to the end to even be able to leave. So I'm driving. My car little like my dash thing turn like the GPS is gone. There's no bars. It's like nothing. My podcast is off. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, it's been a weird day already. Oh, I hope this goes okay. So I'm cool. I'm good, guys. I feel good about it. I'm still like, my heart says okay. So I get there and I see somebody else is there and they bought some stuff and they're loading it into the car. I'm like, okay, so other people have been here. And then I start looking around and the guy kind of smiles and waves at me and I'm like, okay, they seem kind of friendly. But I'm looking around and I'm like, all right. The logical part of me says, just leave, just go. What are you doing? Like, you can't find nothing here. Then the treasure hunter in me says, oh, this is a really old trailer and house. There's going to be some treasures in there. You're going to find some things you've never seen before, right? So I've got like angel devil. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I got my phone, which is going to be no help to me, but at least it looks like I got my phone, and I'm like, I'm good. So I start walking over and it's just all this stuff outside, like broken down kids, motorized cars, like this trailer house thing has been there for a long time. And I'm like, man, there could be some serious treasures in there, right? Like I've been in some barns before where I found some loot, right? That I'm just like, I'm digging through some crazy stuff, but I find a treasure and that's like the fun, right? That's why I love doing this. So I decide to go, I start to go up the stairs and I'm like, is this inside? And the guy that's there is like, yeah, he's like, it's inside, just go inside. And I'm like, okay. But then I see a woman inside. And there's a woman, and then there's another like shopper person. And I'm like, okay. So I open it up and I go in. It doesn't smell weird or anything, but literally what I think these people did was, this is what I think it was. I think it was a husband and a wife that were clearing out, I think, her parents' house or like her mom's and stepdad's place or something like that. Because the stuff that was in there was definitely like old. I mean, there's tons of like old dishes and stuff like that. Nothing that was like, I know you hard goods people are like, oh, dishes. Nothing that crazy. Nothing worth getting. They wanted like $50 for a Coca-Cola bottle with Coca-Cola still in it. I mean, it was that kind of situation, which is why I don't go to estate sales. But I'm like, I drove my booty to the hills have eyes in the middle of nowhere. I am risk-alert for the blisk-alert here. I'm going to find something. So I'm looking around the living room and it's like DVD players and stuff like that. And I'm like, is that for sale? She's like, oh yeah, that's that. I'm like, is that for sale? She's like, no. And I'm like, is that for sale? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, is that for sale? She's like, no. And I'm like, okay, am I supposed to be in one part of the house or like, am I supposed to be? She goes, oh no, it's all for sale. And I said, okay, but I thought you said that some of this, she's like, yeah, just some of it's not for sale. And I go, okay. So is it just in this front area? She's like, oh no, there's clothing in the back. And I'm like, oh, why'd you have to say that? Because now I have to go in the back of this frightening house because I have to see what clothing you have. Because what if it's like some really old Pendleton, or it's like some really old, like, what if it's like 1920s Levi's or something, and it blows my mind and I find $20,000 pants in this house? Like, oh, what if I find a hard T-back Levi's jacket with the bolt that couldn't be long enough to stretch around, and I find it and it's got the old tag and the tag's still intact? These are the things that are like shaping through my head, right? What if I find original Birkenstocks in a box from the 80s and they've never been worn? So I go back in this bedroom and she's like, okay, so everything in the closet is fair game. And then all this stuff over here. And I'm like, okay. And then she leaves and I can hear her out there talking to other shoppers and stuff. So I feel okay, right? There's a window there. Should anything arise, nefarious, and I got to jump out, I'm good. I know my surroundings. If there's one thing you should know about me, this girl, may not look like she can run, but in a moment, she's out. So I'm going through these clothes and I found some good stuff. So the first thing I find is this older pair of Levi's. I have never, in all of the time that I have ever done this, ever found Levi's that have like a crocheted bottom of the Levi. This does not look man-made. This looks like straight out of the factory. Really, really super unique. Now, maybe they were just really good at sewing and they put that on there. But if they did, I'm going to be able to sell these because that is incredible. So this is a pair of 2007s. So look at these, you guys. They're like a capri, like a mom capri with like this open flow lace at the bottom. Really cool. I've just never seen anything like this. But if they did sew this, I mean, the quality of craftsmanship is like outrageously good. So I would be surprised, but I mean, I don't know. Anyways, they're definitely going up because that's super cool. So I got these. Each of these things were $1. So I found these, and then I found, and we were actually just talking about this the other day, weren't we, guys? Was it this one here or was it the other one? Yes, we were just talking about these a couple weekends ago, and you guys asked me if I ever found any Jordache. So these are the first pair of Jordashes I have found out in the wild. Some of the Jordashes, the vintage Jordashes, actually go for a pretty good penny too. So I was happy to find these. These are definitely older, for sure Y2K. They have like a cute little watch pocket up here. They've got, some distressing. It's got like a flared boot cut at the bottom with a little bit of distressing. So I think these will probably do well. They have almost like a vertical stitch on them, so they probably haven't shrunk too much. I don't see any like holes or anything other than just the regular little distressing. So these were $1. And then I found this here, and this will probably wind up selling on Poshmark. So this is a total like cottage core, flower core, grandma core. I mean, you could probably, you could do heritage style. There's so many different tags that you could do on this one. It's by a company called Proudly Plus. I mean, just looking at that beefy tag right there, you know that this sucker is old for sure. I would say this is easily like a late 90s, probably like 97-ish, somewhere right in there, 96, somewhere in there, I would guess. And it's got like this drawstring back. It's really, really super cute. So I think this will sell probably pretty good. I'll probably be able to get like, I don't know, like around $40 or something for it. And that'll definitely almost guaranteed that'll sell on Poshmark. So I see those three things. I pick them out. Head over to the closet. I'm kind of going through the closet. It's a lot of like, mom got older, so mom was just wearing kind of comfy clothes kind of at the end. That kind of scene was going on in the closet. And then I see all these bags at the bottom of the closet. And I'm like, I really want to go through those bags, but I'm in a weird place. The situation's strange. I have no reception. I've been here a while. The other shopper left, so I should probably head out. So I go to leave this room, and the lady's over, and she's like so cute. She's on her couch, she's like knitting something. I'm like, okay, this is a fine situation, but not if you're knitting, you're safe. But I felt fine. And so I was like, hey, there's a bunch of bags and stuff in the closet. Like, are those for sale? She's like, oh no, don't go through those. And I was like, oh, okay. no worries. I wasn't gonna go through them. She's like, oh yeah, none of that's for sale. I'm like, okay. Now, I don't know. Maybe I watch too much TRUECRIME and I listen to too many podcasts for my own good. But you get a little weird about me going through duffel bags in a closet. And I'm going to get a little weird about you getting a little weird about me going through duffel bags in your closet. So I was like, okay. At that point, I'm just ready to go. The guy's trying to sell me AC compressors and belt things for a tractor or something. I'm like, you know what, guys? I'm a city girl. I said, I play video games online. I work online. I'm not so much of an outdoor. I don't know anything about this stuff. And they're like, okay, they were nice. It was fine. But I am telling you, the weird and strange predicaments that we will put ourselves in to do this. It's so wild to me too, because I am not an RISK taker at all. I just am not. I may look like it, but I'm not. There is something about this, though. There is something about the hunt for the goodies and the treasure. Like, my gamer name online is Cherry Pirate, the Irate Pirate, because I like to get in and do a little sniper. I like to I like finding the treasure. I like doing the little sneaky stuff. It's just fun for me. I will go. It's like you guys that go to the bins. Like, okay, I want you to really think about what we're doing. We are going and digging through trash for treasure. I mean, you have to really, really like doing this for you to even want to do this, right? So that was the slightly hilltop eyes. I left that and I was like, I made it out okay. We're good. Worst part was my GPS didn't work forever. So I'm going down that long driveway and I'm like, if I get to the end of this road, I'm not going to remember if I was supposed to go right or left. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Thankfully, the GPS clicked back on like 10 feet from the actual road. So it's like, okay, I'm supposed to turn right. But man, it was like, so I tell Justin about the story and he's like, wife, he's like, you need to be careful. I'm like, you know me. I'm good. I'm always good. I've gotten myself out of some interesting predicaments. I'm like a cat. I got 100 lives or something. All right. Last things here. Number one, I wanted to show you guys the new addition to our family. So I am completely obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas. All of our decorations for Halloween that are outside, I need to do like a video or something. I'll have to do a video. We've got Oogie Boogie singing on the front door. We've got Sally singing on the entryway. We got Oogie Boogie floating out in the middle of the yard in a hover blow up. We got lights everywhere. I've got a Jack Skellington light that goes onto my garage door that like does this big Jack Skellington thing. But the only thing we haven't had out there is Zero. So very excited to find him. I got him for $3 and I love him so much. He is so handsome. So I'm very, very excited about him. All right. I can hear my dogs going absolutely bananas out there. Okay. Last two things. So I go to the sale and it's another one middle of nowhere. Most of the sales I went to today were middle of nowhere ones. I went to 2 community sales. The first one was at Bust that was at that RV park. And then the second one I went to was kind of a by accident one. Actually, I just wound up finding along the way. There's a lot of community sales here, like HOAs put on community sales here, and they don't advertise them very well. It's so weird to me. Anyway, I don't want to go into marketing because I don't want anything to do with it. That's an old career. But like, there's just way better ways to like market to get people things. But any hoodle, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I go to the sale. It's a bunch of low level clothing. I'm about to leave, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something. Now, I am excited to see if anybody knows what this is. Let me catch up on some of our comments here real quick. For vintage, I use Vintage Fashion Guild, if that's what you mean. Best site. If I missed anything, guys, feel free to ask again. That's what I say every time I do. I know, right? Snap Dabble. Oh my gosh. The first like 100 porch pickups I went to, I used to go with Justin, and I literally would make him go up because I was so nervous at the beginning. Happy Saturday, Vanessa. My GPS failed me before like that. Yeah, snap. That's the first time I've had it be that bad where literally everything just turned off. Okay, are we ready? Does anybody remember this? Ready? Get ready, get ready, get ready to clown around with Lucy and Molly, a girl and her dolly on the big comfy couch. Does anybody remember this? My son loved this show so much. And he watched it like, it was like one of the only shows, because we didn't have cable, so we just got whatever local channels was on the, click TV. And we would always get like the Canadian station, and it was always playing like the Magic School Bus, Arthur, and the Big Comfy Couch. I have not comped this yet. I have never, ever seen a Big Comfy Couch toy, ever. And I know this is old because, I mean, they're not making a new version of this. Let's see if we got a date on here. We're going to have to do some inspecting here. So we've got, 1995. That's the year my son was born, so that makes sense. So this is a 1995 in its box. Now, this is either a $20 toy or it's a more dollar toy. I'm going to guess more dollar only because I've just never seen this. I have been to easily 3,000 or 4,000 garage sales, guys. It's probably even more than that. If you think about it, if I'm going to an average of 40 to 100 on a Saturday, last summer I went every Friday, every Saturday, and some Sundays. And then I've gone every single Saturday this year, except for one when I was sick. So I have been to, it has to be like 3,000 garage sales. I've never come across anything like this. So we are going to do this together, and we're going to see. Before I do that one, I did find one other thing there. And this was a pickup for me. This is a 1990s vintage Talbot. Now, Talbot I don't usually pick up unless it's a plus size. But if it's from the 90s, I'm going to pick it up because I sold those 2 Talbot wool skirts that had like holes in it for like $45, I think. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pick this up. And this is a merino wool, and it's really pretty. It's got like these nice little like kind of Asian inspired buttons on it. Let's comp this too, because I don't know. There was no comping there because I was in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to find out. I don't know if this will even pop up, but we are going to see. This is always fun to do because this is either going to be like an exciting ending to this or like a womp, 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 but we will see. Okay, so we're going to do this one first. Jack Skellington. That is enough. Thank you. That is not handsome to do that. He has a thing that beeps at him when he barks. Okay, so this is a Talbot and wool. Talbot wool. Let's see. Looks like, oh, there's one. Oh, $40. $40, $75, $72, $45. Someone's selling one for $140. That seems a bit obtuse. Nice. All right. Well, I picked this up for $4. She wanted $4, and I tried to talk her down, and she was like, "No, 4." She said, "Because I was going to ask you to pay 5." Now, I'd already gotten this thing for $4, so I was like, "Okay, I'll just give you that because I have a good feeling about this." So, like I said, I'm either this is about to be really cool, or this is about to not be a really cool moment. All right, are we ready? Drum roll, please. I don't even know if there's going to be any more of these online. We're about to find out. All right. Whoa. I knew it. All right, let me get a better picture. I had a sneaking suspicion. All right. Well, here's one out of the box for $85. Here's one out of the box for $220. Oh my gosh, is that Commonwealth's? Wait, I gotta see if this is Commonwealth's site. Ooh, oh no, oh, it's sold out. I think that's funny. Let's see if I can find one. Out of stock. Whoa, guys. I think we might have found a banger. Oh, I knew it. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling. All right, let's see. Is that the same one? No. Yes. All right, here's one. Nope, out of stock. Wow. Whoa. Sold not even in her box for $129. Dang, I knew it. You gotta love when you have a feeling about something. You see why my face is getting red and excited. This is why I love this job. Wow. Okay, let's go straight into eBay, and if I type it in, Molly, the big comfy couch vintage doll. Let's see if this shows up. Wow. Whoa. 99 out of the box. 100 out of the box. 130 in the box. Not really in the box though, because she's not attached anymore. Dang. That is what I'm talking about. Man, people are even selling just the box that came in for 33 bucks. I think we're going to ask a bit for this. I think we're going to ask a bit because this one is in like insanely good. I mean, the box has a little bit of like wear here and there, but like it is clean. That is, and the toy itself is really clean, which is crazy. It's not even that dusty. So, oh, I see Commonwealth. That's the name of the brand. I thought it was Commonwealth's listing. That's funny. All right. Well, guys, she's a banger. Gotta love that, man. $4. $4. Guys, I list for like 300. That's what I was thinking, Vanessa. I bought a hard good. Guys, I bought a hard good. I know. I can already hear Vanessa right now. She's like, now you know why I get hard goods. Now you know. I can hear Thrifty saying the same thing. Nurse is like, you gotta get those hard goods. You gotta look at those hard goods. I can hear you guys. I just already know what you're saying. Dang. Oh, I'm glad that worked out. Because like I said, I paid $4 for it. So I was like, even if it's like a $25 or $30 toy, I'll be happy. That is outrageous. Yeah, I paid $4 for the Talbot's vintage sweater, and I paid $4 for this. So altogether, what did we do one more time? So I went to a total of 32 garage sales, 4 towns, spent $121 in cash. And I mean, with everything, probably, because that's going to be at least like $280. I can't imagine it's less than that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got to be like $1,200 worth of stuff, maybe I would say. Something definitely worth $121. Plush brings money. You know what's funny, Shauna? Because yes and no. And I agree with you. I've sold some plush where I'm like, dang. Like I sold, I got some two vintage Monster Inc. dolls. It was Boo dressed up in her costumes. I sold one of them for $220, another one I think for $180. I've sold a couple other plush, like vintage plush that I didn't, that were just wound up being like amazing things. But then I also have 6 bags of plush in here that I need to do like a WN show and just close out because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with, you know what's funny? It's like you do what you like. I love doing like vintage clothes or finding that vintage stuff or finding these vintage toys. I love that. It brings me joy. But the other stuff, take it or leave it. That was my last week, and I found some huge bangers. Yeah, Bailey, what did you find? What did you get? That's amazing. So many plush are not worth those. But the bangers make it worth it for sure. Amazing day after a day making. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry, Licious. Is that what you've been up to? I haven't seen you on here for a couple of days, and I was wondering what was going on. So I just kind of had like a field ski. Something you're dealing with something. Hey, Maria, good to see you. All right, you guys. So not bad. I'm happy with today. I definitely drove a bit more than I would have liked to, but we are really late in the season right now. The fact that I am still finding this many garage sales is honestly kind of bananas. So it's a little late in the season. You know, sometimes we just got to do a little bit extra driving and stuff when it comes to this time of year. I'm just happy that it's even still happening where I'm at, because when I was up in Washington, garage sale season ends like the first week of September. So you can't get anything else. So I'd be doing the bins and I'd have to be doing Goodwill and stuff like that. So that is everything. Thanks you guys so much for joining in. I will not be on tomorrow because that's family day, but I will be on Monday. We're gonna do some shipping in the morning. I woke up to 2 insane banger sales this morning. I should have known it was going to be a good day, because when I saw those this morning, I was like, what? 2 huge items. So we're going to be shipping those on Monday. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So click on the little register thing. Once you guys see it, I'll have a video pop up Monday morning, and I will see you guys there. So thanks so much for joining me in. Thank you for the hearts and the loves and the things and the ghosts and the pumpkins and all the good stuff. And one more time, guys, just because I can't resist. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my right-time gal. All right. Thanks, you guys, so much for joining in. Bye, everybody. And thanks to everybody joining in on YouTube. I hope you had fun. If you like strange, awkward, weird, and fun girls with green hair, then I'm the person to talk to. And like, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And I will catch you guys on Monday. Peace.
I'll be right back, Pop. Give me just a second.